स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता ह्या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Today is Deepavali. The whole India is celebrating this grand festival which has come down from ancient times in Hinduism. The significance, of course, has spiritual illumination that we need to have within us, dispelling the darkness within. The various factors that are helping us to get rid of the ignorance, the spiritual ignorance that I am this body, and to attain the light of knowledge, the supreme knowledge that I am Atman, I am eternal, I am immortal. That is the spiritual significance. And all that favors our life in that direction is a part of that light. So we worship all aspects of Vidya which removes our ignorance and enlightens us, fills with enlightenment. Of course, there are various Puranic references and concepts which we will not discuss here today. But just know that the light is within you, in your heart. So, the main thing is, in various places it is observed in various ways. And in Bengal today, it is Kali Puja. Whole of Bengal, we can say, is now probably the worship of Divine Mother Kali begins. We are contemplating now as a part of our subject Dakshineshwar. Mother Kali's image is there, standing on prostrate Shiva, who is bright white in color. As far as this image is concerned, it's made up of white marble, and the Divine Mother is pitch dark, made up of black stone, the white and the black. One is Shavarupa, immovable. The other is dynamic. The two aspects of reality, the static and dynamic existence, the whole universe in which we are living, with various planes of existence, various layers, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, the gross, subtle and causal, and various dimensions, innumerable jivas, innumerable species. So all that is relative existence. When we think of existence, I exist, this exists. There are two existences. One is the absolute existence, one is the relative existence. Absolute existence is unchanging, eternal, infinite, ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. Existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Yesterday we saw the understanding and meaning of God in Hinduism, the impersonal aspect and the personal aspect, the various forms with Nama, Rupa, Guna, Saguna, Sakara and Nirguna, Nirakara. In the ocean of Nirguna, Nirakara, the forms appear of Krishna, Rama, Saguna, Sakara. It is like a ocean because of the cooling effect of the devotee, the love that flows out of the heart of the devotee. See, Sri Ramakrishna gives this example. Here and there, water becomes ice. And there are places where there is eternal ice, the form, God with form and God without form. The ocean in water form, if it is the Nirguna Nirakara, the formless aspect of God, the impersonal aspect of God, then the form, Saguna Sakara, is the ice blocks that float in that infinite ocean. So we don't have any contradictions or conflicts in understanding the with form and without form. In without form, the form appears and dissolves back. Sri Ramakrishna says, these forms, when they are like ice blocks formed because of the excessive coolness, the devotee's love makes the infinite eternal to form ice because of the love, bhakti. And when the Jnana Surya dawns, slowly the ice melts away to become the water again. The devotee reaches higher state of consciousness, the highest state of consciousness of one without a second, the absolute existence. So this we saw in that Satchidananda Sagara, these universes appear and disappear. It takes millions of years to unfold and go to the optimum level of existence, again shrink back through millions of years to dissolve back, to appear again. This Srishti Sthiti Pralaya cycle The creation, sustenance and dissolution cycle goes on and on. The whole universe is but a speck, a small, like a pebble in the vast, seamless, endless ocean. There is no end. In that endless ocean, these universes appear and disappear. So, this universe is time and space bound. Small, infinite number of Ananta Koti Brahmanda appearing in which they appear and disappear. The universe in which we are living now, in which it is has appeared now in the sustenance and expansive stage of its existence, it goes to the optimum. One day it starts shrinking back, to dissolve back again. Just like we sleep every day and wake up, same way the whole universe goes back to causal form and appears again. This cycle goes on and on endlessly. Appearance of the universe, dissolution of the universe. So, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya cycle goes on in the Absolute. Absolute is unchanging, eternal reality. It is consciousness. Chaitanya, it is conscious. It is power, Shakti. The moment we say consciousness, it has power, it has will, always. So the will and power makes these universes appear and disappear. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti goes with consciousness always. Ichha Shakti, the power of volition. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, power of action. Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge, comprehension, always goes with consciousness. So, the infinite eternal existence, the absolute existence, is beyond space and time. Space and time appears in that as small universes. So, and disappear. Such a vast universe is a small speck in that absolute existence. The whole universe, when we see, is a dark mass. Because we are close to sun, we are seeing day, night and all. Suppose you go a few light years, few thousand light years or a million light year away from this earth, you will see the sun also is one of the stars with all the planets and slowly moving in its own way. The sun with all planets is moving. Not only planets are moving around the sun, sun also is moving. So the whole universe, if you go a little away, you will see only stars here and there and eternal darkness. In that vast darkness, we are in one of the planets which is close to Earth and moving around. We are getting constant radiations of light. We are able to see light, day and night happening, everything. It is not there in the beyond certain limits. So, when you see the universe as it is just like Amavasya night, today night. If you go and see, this is supposed to be the darkest night of the year. If you go out and see the sky, only stars are visible. No moon, no sun. This is how you experience as you go away, away, anywhere in this universe. When you go closer to a star, you see light is increasing. And when you go away, so small illumined stars are there, and that is the whole universe. It's a mass of darkness. This darkness we call Kali, the whole relative existence. That's why we see, and the absolute in which this dynamic movement is going on, changeless, where there is no motion, there is no duality, in that this appears and disappears, like dream appearing in our night. So this is the Kali standing on the white Shiva. The absolute existence is represented by Shiva, and the relative existence, entire relative existence, is represented by the whole universe, is represented by Kali, the Divine Mother, the Dark One. So this is, one is dynamic aspect of reality, other is static act of reality. The two existences, the absolute and the relative. We call it relative because it is governed by time and space. There is relativity, then, now, tomorrow, yesterday. The time references, Taratamya is there. Here, there, with respect to space, is there. So this is relativity. When I say this object is small, with reference to what? This is the distance, with reference to what? The scale. Some reference we take, and everything is relative. Big, small, whatever we use language is relative, bound. So this universe we call relative existence. There are two existences, the relative existence and the absolute existence. So the absolute existence, the eternal unchanging reality in which the universes appear and disappear, is called Brahman and represented by Shiva. Shiva because he is Atmarati, Atma Krida, who always experiences oneness with the Absolute. When the creation takes place and dissolution takes place, the consciousness that pervades this universe is called Parameshvara. And this, at the time of creation, being associated with the power of creation, we call it Brahma. The same consciousness, the same Parameshvara, at the time after the creation is over, when it is being maintained, sustenance period, the power of creation dissolves back. And the Saraswati, we call the creative power as Saraswati. The Saraswati Brahma, the creator. When the Saraswati power dissolves after the creation, and power, another power of sustenance which can manage, maintain the universe appears, this power is called Mahalakshmi. Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi. With Mahalakshmi, the same consciousness pervading the universe, the Parameshvara, is now called Vishnu. The person is one. As the power changes, his designation change, his actions change. So whole thing, name also changes. At the time of dissolution again, after the sustenance period is over, the Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi dissolves back, and then appears the Mahakali to take back the universe, to dissolve towards a dissolution, to become one with the Absolute again. It is just like a person who is working in different fields. Morning he goes to some school and teaches, then he is a teacher. In the afternoon he has some other profession as a cook somewhere. Then the same person, the morning teaching power dissolves back in him and cooking power comes out. Then he is called cook. Person is same. Then in the evening he is doing some part-time driving work. So evening this power also goes back and the driving power comes out. The same person is called a driver now. The functions of his designation change according to the power. So Parameshvara, the consciousness pervading the universe, the same power with different power heads gives him different designation. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are different aspects of the same Parameshwara. The Lord of the universe at the time of creation is called Brahma, at the time of sustenance is called Vishnu, and at the time of dissolution is called Maheshwara. The trinities of Hinduism. They are one and the same entity, but with different powers they get different designations and different functions. So this we have seen this universe. What is this Kali we are worshipping? Why is Shiva there below? Because at the time of sustenance now, the Shiva is in his own glory, his work has not begun. But the dynamic aspect of Divine Mother is going on. Because in every change, because the whole universe is a constantly changing flux, that is changeless existence, constantly changing flux. Everything is changing. One is taking the form of the other. So there is birth and death. Yesterday we saw all objects are moving, changing. So that change which is going on has the Kali aspect. Every moment it is dying. I am from childhood, from birth, I have been constantly changing. My bodily condition, my mental conditions, my knowledge, everything is changing. So this change has the previous state is dying away, new state I am approaching, attaining, it's called change. Change is death of the present stage and birth of the next stage is change. So birth and death is constantly going on. Destruction is going on constantly. All things are moving towards destruction, total, final dissolution. So the Kali aspect is always present there. Kali aspect is ever present. It is in active state, Kali. So this is what the Kali concept that we find in the religious denominations, predominantly the Shaktas worship. That is, we are worshipping the whole universe and its substratum, the absolute existence. We are worshipping the whole universe, the relative existence being in the absolute existence. The impersonal absolute and the personalized universe both are together as this Kali image. The whole existence, the relative and the absolute, whole existence, whatever exists, is there in that Kali image. I and you are there in that Kali image. The whole, see, that image, just that image represents the entire universe. All gods, goddesses, the divine aspects, then the human, the various species, all life, and the place that is staying, the various planes of existence. The three layers, Stula Sukshma Karana Jagat, Virat Hiranyagarbha Ishvara, all this, the whole universe in all its aspect is the Kali, constantly dynamic state of existence, changing, changing, changing. You can see an electron moving around the proton in an atom, how active it is. Eternally, every object is made up of atoms and molecules. Intense activity is going on in a thing we appear to be not moving at all. It looks like stationary, but intense activity is going on at all times. So the Shakti working is going on. So this whole universe, its movements, actions, functions, whatever is happening within it, the transformation it is going on, everything is Mother Kali. All aspects that you see, the 24 cosmic principles, the Panchajnanendriya, Panchaprana, all that, whatever you see, the 24 cosmic principles, Buddhi, Manas, Pancha Mahabhutas, all these together is Mother Kali. Whatever you can think of, whatever exists, whatever scriptures say about existence is there, be it absolute or relative. It includes all the other Brahmandas also. So it is unlimited absolute, in which the relative also is brought in. The most important part is when you see the Kali image, it is we are also there within her, that image, because it represents the whole universe. Just like Arjuna, when he sees the Vishwarupa Darshana, he sees Krishna and Arjuna standing there in that war field, because he is seeing the whole universe, Vishwarupa, in which Arjuna and Krishna are also there. He is beyond the universe, looking at the universe. Same way, when you see Kali, you are seeing yourself also there, somewhere lying as a small atomic creature in the infinite. This universe is itself unimaginable dimensions. The ends unseen, unperceived. That is but a small speck in the absolute. So the whole existence is represented. When we worship today night, the Kali is being worshipped. We are worshipping everything that exists. The existence itself we are worshipping. All right, let the Divine Mother, who is in front of us as the whole universe and the beyond, which we are going to reach one day or the other, the source of all of us, may she bless us all with enlightenment. Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.